I'm Western Toilet.
The smartest man from the future.
Oh no, is this another one of those slugs? All right. Hang on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, fuck you. If somebody is telling you that's exactly the reason that you should, don't be a freaking coward.
Rule number 1. Who are the rebels of today? Elon Musk, Dave Grohl. Maybe that's rebellious if his wife didn't want extra kids.
Bart Simpson, he's not even real. Rebellion can come in many forms. From rockstar excess to anti-consumerism. Disrupting the status quo is pretty annoying to most people. All the more reason to do it. So let's piss some people off.
But what is a real rebellion these days?
Riot in the streets? That'll get you canceled. Turn on, tune in, drop out. Who would notice? And that's why we have to meet the people where they are. On their phones. We have to get into their algorithm, corrupt their Amazon wish list, flood their DMs. I'm contrary as hell, and I'm gonna make it your problem.
Whoa, what is there to rebel against?
Air travel, video games, duvets, and sushi. These things are dangerous because they make you weak.
There's nothing left to rebel against. Something is suspicious.
It's time to rebel against everything. Kick down the door! Knock over trash cans! Rub dogs the wrong way. A rewards plan only works if you're motivated by stuff. But I am. Do you reach a point when you have enough stuff? I only have 2 feet. I can't possibly wear that many sneakers. There's not an infinite amount of books, but there's enough where I confidently feel that I wouldn't be able to buy all of the ones that I want. Gotta catch them all. Completeness is a weird concept because there's a feeling of when you're done, what's left? Old man sad. But maybe chairs. But again, you can only sit in so many chairs. A home coated in lazy boys. They all have to recline in coordination or else you're screwed. Parakeets are not great. Again, it's a volume problem, figuratively and literally. You really only need 1 or 2. How are you going to care about more? Never mind the food bill. The ideal amount of most things is a few. Except for media runs more towards all of it. Fill your time with books, music, movies, or else you'll have to think about death. You can repeat music. I like to repeat books and movies too. I want to be surprised, but not too surprised. Quality matters, but it doesn't have to. Minimum viable product has become the standard, which is frustrating. I'm a maximally viable consumer. Don't eat me. Consumption is a creepy word. It's meant as a criticism. But then people were like, yeah, I'll have all the food, all the books, all the wine. Let's face it, it's not books anymore, which are virtuous now. But in the 1700s, there was a fear that young women were losing their minds to these newfangled novels. It's hard to imagine in 300 years, we'll be moralizing the death of TikTok. Zeno's paradox and all. But at what point are we just injecting drugs into our bloodstream for constant distraction? Assuming there'll still be humanity in 300 years. Old man sad. Not all time has to be productive. The non-productive life is a radical act in defiance of capital and power. I've always thought that. It's not laziness, it's a statement. Flowers don't have to work, they just have to die. That's a truth for all things. Things that are alive anyway. More things might be alive than we thought previously. As we look closer at the processes around us, they complexify. Is the act of looking causing the complexity? That's a very age of the gentleman scholar idea. The processes happen regardless. Does simulation theory hold water if we discover that it's not possible to recreate life and thinking digitally? It takes so many resources to copy these processes badly. But maybe we'll discover that biologically is already the most efficient way to do these things. Machines add ease to our daily lives. They don't compete, but tell that to the Luddites. You can't replace labor with machines until labor isn't tied to making a living. That's the fear that the robots are going to make a living and I can't feed my family. That's conflating 2 ideas. The threat of poverty is more real and pressing than the threat of zombies. But the latter is more exciting to make movies about.
Are we going to talk about time again? It's a lot of words for a concept that may or may not exist. 20 days seems like a long time, but it feels like forever. Can you bear a thing for 6 months? Even 1 month is too long to do something you don't want to do. That's why you have to find something enjoyable about it. Then life. There you have it. 60 days does seem like a lot. So where's the changeover? Which grain of sand is the tipping point? When is the man bald? Balding is an ancient paradox. Because even back when they had nothing, they still had that to work with, and we still have it today. Human existence is the continuity. Even if we can't relate to a joke about a dog going into a bar in ancient Sumerian. We don't have tech that'll record things forever. In fact, our newest technology decays the fastest. To preserve knowledge, it needs to be in active use. If all the hard drives fail at Columbia Records, all the music from the 90s is lost, unless people remember how to sing it. For more recent history, like the shit people wrote on the internet today, it's in even more peril. If the server goes down, or if the people running the servers think that hosting your thoughts is no longer profitable, your thoughts will no longer be available to us. Information wants to be free. That was the promise of the internet. Digital isn't really free, and it isn't really an escape from the physical. This is today's argument why simulation theory is improbable. If they've done it once, they've done it 1,000,000 times, but they've also turned it off 1,000,000 times. And no one's turning off this, unless turning off manifests as global warming. Then it's time to be afraid. If a steampunk world came true, it'd be awfully loud. The world is pretty loud as it is. But the clatter of metal on metal of our gear-driven robots is almost too loud. Also, it'd be hard to take such a creature seriously, but that might be built into the aesthetics of steampunk. But you can't just quietly listen to someone who rattles when they walk. Air is also quite loud. Pneumatic pistons make an awful racket, but it inspires less of an eye-roll reaction. Are the Boston Dynamics dogs loud when they move? Make stealth hard, which is a good thing if they're trying to mount guns on them, like a cat with a bell. What if that was the deal? We could only have weapons of war if they have some built-in flaw that gave your foe a fighting chance. Very fairy tale logic. We write that way because we like that morality. Things should be fair. If one side is too powered, it takes away the narrative tension. You also have a bully, and no one likes a bully, unless you are a bully. The other acceptable narrative handicap, it's when it hurts the overpowered hero to use that power. In bad writing, this turns into it makes him sad to use this power. So we'll just have to trust that angst will protect the people from a man with infinite strength. Not a good system. But that's an argument that many make who are seeking too much power. It's important for me to have this, but I won't use it, I promise. If you intend to have without using, it's all the same if you don't have, isn't it? These stories and myths reflect back who we are and who we want to be. Like these guys. Only a select few want to be goggle-wearing nerds, riding about in unstable, steam-powered dirigibles. So, we're okay there. At least, it won't be loud. Despite all the power that humanity has amassed, the weather remains out of our control. We can't even reliably predict it. We just have some pretty good guesses as to what might happen. My phone doesn't even really do it that well. It's often wrong about what's happening right now, making looking out the window a more reliable system than this expensive collection of rare earth metals that I need to have on me at all times. That's harsh on technology. It has other things that it does well. It sets a hell of an accurate timer. That chicken is done. Weather specifically is just complicated. It's not just the whole Earth system, it's our interface with the solar system, which in a zoomed out view, we know pretty well. We can know where the Earth and the Sun and everything else in between can be on a given date pretty reliably. One thing about space, it's pretty empty, so there's not that many moving parts to keep track of. Space junk aside. But the sun is a miasma, in the updated words of They Might Be Giants, of incandescent plasma. The updated song isn't nearly as catchy as the original, even if it is more correct. A lie can get around the world before the truth even gets a chance to get its boots on. In this case, it's not a lie, but a mistake. I don't imagine that They Might Be Giants has a huge motivation to sow scientific untruths on the nature of the sun. To what end? Should they never have taken on science to begin with? No, science belongs to everyone. It's not the John's fault if everyone looks to the sandal rather than relying on their own critical dialogue. But anyway, the sun has a lot going on. And despite how far away it is, it has a lot of influence on what directly happens to you, weather-wise and sunburn-wise as well. Wear your sunscreen. It's probably why shooting fertilizer into clouds is only randomly effective. So much of life is obligations, and we think being rich will remove our obligation. But according to the TV stories anyway, the rich are even more miserable. I think that's propaganda so that people will be fine with being poor. You may not have much, Tiny Tim, but you're happy and you're a good person. No, you cannot have a disability subsidy. That would ruin you. You wouldn't want to take a handout now, would you? Bootstraps, my boy. But then does Scrooge run around giving away all of his money at the end? Or was that just a fever dream? Dreams feel so real to your brain, like it's a real memory of the time you crossed the Arctic Circle on your way to work. Some of it you're actually walking like an actual map. Like in an old movie when they effectively want to show the distance traveled. But no, I think Scrooge just went to dinner at the Cratchit House. How beneficent of him. Dickens was a great champion of the poor, daring to depict that life sympathetically. Gasp! Writing his poor characters as if they were even real people. But his actual story feels like fiction these days. A writer with money. Must have been a Nepo baby. It's not great if we have to rely on Nepo babies for the arts. And it's doubly not great if we have to rely on rich dinner guests for a change of heart. If you haven't guessed already, this is socialist propaganda. These videos steal time from the rich and redistribute it to the poor. I'm the Robin Hood of philosophy. If you're watching this with no money, your check is in the mail. I also control the post office in this scenario? I don't know, I'm not made of stamps.com. It's a shame because stamp glue is delicious. It's a conspiracy that we don't use real mail anymore. It's a shame because now all the postmen and women are out of work. Postwomen? Nobody says that. Mail carriers. Cliff Clavin taught me that on Cheers. But now, he doesn't even have to leave the bar. He can just email with Ma fun facts about Charles Dickens. He had his wife committed for insanity when he got bored of her. Dickens, not Cliff. Cliff didn't have a wife. That fact is not fun, but it is true, I think. More true than an ending to A Christmas Carol, where Scrooge throws cash off his balcony because he's sad because no one came to his funeral. Would that we were all motivated to do good because we were worried that our funeral wouldn't be a good enough party. Math. Did we discover it or did we invent it? Not me, I mean, I didn't do anything. But I reap the rewards daily. Just like living on this round earth means I can take an airplane around the world and enjoy day or night. The existence of math means I can enjoy mathematical things, like replicable recipes with a consistent amount of ingredients and an iPad that can do all of its iPad-y things. Did anyone actually buy an Apple Vision? Are wearables a thing that we actually want, or does it just look cool in a comic book? Some people are actually excited about merging with machines, and they write very loud books about it. But I'm not convinced the people are actually clamoring for a Jarvis. Maybe it's an American thing, but I know several people who get squicked out by the idea of other people doing their laundry. Although, we're pretty quick to give over our personal facts to anyone who asks, online anyway. Maybe it's because we don't wear our facts. It's just who we are. It's no big deal. I resent when Siri wants to guess what app I want to open based on my time and location. You don't know me. Also, she set reading goals for me, which I think is rather presumptuous. It makes me worried she's going to do something rash when she finds out that I still read paper books, whose pages she can't count. But anyway, that's all annoying enough on a tablet. I don't want to optimize nag floating in the corner of my eye. Maybe you do. I don't know you, but I'd really like to be left alone. The tone technology is striking, is more a hectoring authority figure than personal assistant. I'm not some monster who refuses to say thank you to Siri, but I'm not fooling myself that that female voice represents anything but 5,000 lines of code. I just resent the intrusion. I'm certainly not going to wear it on my face. Anyone who's had to wear glasses for vision correction might hotter without them. I guess there's the revenge of the nerds fantasy of reclaiming the glasses as a $5,000 pair of must-have items. You all laughed and all that. I just don't think it'll catch on. But what's going to catch on is you subscribing and you liking and you telling your friends. You're going to do it now, you're going to do it hard, you're going to do it fast, you're going to do it amazing. Why is it that knowing more has made the world worse? And is the world worse? Our current most popular mode of communication is social media communication. These modes don't encourage listening or understanding. They encourage only reacting. Interaction is prized, but there's no real way to indicate listening. The heart, the thumbs up, the likes, these are literally reactions. You don't need to have heard or digested anything to press those buttons.
Like and subscribe.
It's a reflex to say and a reflex to do. But subscribing isn't communication between people. It's a way you get magazines. Remember magazines? I am not a magazine. I think about the stories I want to tell, but I don't have to. No gatekeepers is a thing that works both ways. No one is silenced, but there's no concurrent responsibility to be truthful or interesting. Just shocking. As you sell me a tea that'll make me shit myself thinner. You move the bodies, but you didn't move the graves. Anyway, we're free to do what we want any old time. And pointing out that's what babies desire, that's anti-free speech, so I won't do that. But is just saying any old thing that we were provoked into feeling in the moment really the thing that we want? In an argument with a friend, in the heat of the moment, it's easy to say things you regret. So I hear. I never say things to friends, so I don't know. But I didn't mean it. I was just angry. That's a thing that happens person to person. But once you've shouted something into the void that is the internet, there's no takebacks, only 1,000 talkbacks, and a notes apology that doesn't mean anything. Publishing a thing gives it real weight, and not every thought can support the weight. The stupid quip that you mutter to a friend at a bar, that's just banter. But write it in the comments, and now you've published a commentary. So it's our fault. We believe everything we read, and we shouldn't. But you can't go around believing nothing, can you? Nihilism is only an option because it has a name. The big power that Adam was given was naming all of the things and the animals. And then Eve ate an apple, and it all went to hell. This is not a good system of government, you watery tart. The bicycle changed the world because all of a sudden you didn't have to marry someone in your home village or to get shipped off to foreign lands to live as the new one. Movement is good and choice is good. Would we all stay home if it wasn't for vehicles? I would. That's okay. For balance, we need some people who stay home. Not everyone can leave, or else you just have a bunch of people hot desking their way through life. Stability is important too. It's the balance, that's what we need. We want to challenge our ideas, but preserve the old ways that are still good. Like old comic book guys throwing away their drafting tables for digital drawing tools. At the same time, younger artists rediscover the artistry of drawing by hand. People who insist on shooting only film are insufferable. There's more craft to knowing how to get the shot right when there's only 24 on the roll. On the other hand, there's something to be said for having unlimited goes until you get it right. It's a conundrum. When I can buy any track for 99 cents on the iTunes store, the actual music seems cheaper and more disposable than when I had to save my $14.99 for a CD, whose price was artificially driven up by collusion. Class action suits for the win. I estimate that in my lifetime I've made at least $26 in class action suits. It's the only recourse that consumers have got. But the ritual of actually putting on a physical piece of media, that signifies the time for listening to music is now, versus hooking up your phone's Bluetooth to whatever speaker is available. Music can be everywhere, so we tune it out. Also, Everyone else's taste is the worst. Physical media is expensive, collusion notwithstanding. Film costs a lot, whereas your phone can store too many photos for you to meaningfully engage with. And a good 10% of those are misfires or shots at the inside of your bag. I barely have time to go back and look at those, let alone delete them. Who are we documenting all of this for? The aliens? Future civilizations? If we fall, our technology will be inaccessible. At least a record album, there's a chance that somebody might be able to figure out the mechanism. Tape a paper cone to a needle, stick that round thing on a spindle to make it turn. The shape suggests the function. It's kind of a miracle humans invented computers at all. Every process is controlled by a small firing or not of a node of electricity. That's binary. And when these firings are coordinated in the right sequence, you've got solitaire right on your screen. Oh look, we're home. Don't let them aggregate you. Yes, there is power in numbers, and you by yourself have next to no power. But when you get lumped in, what are you saying? What are you being allowed to say? Think for yourself, make your own decisions, question authority. These are the cornerstones for the Institute of Free Thinkers. A or B is doom. Always choose Q. Keep them guessing. Q is the right choice because it's the only letter that requires another letter to come along with it. U is the bonus letter. And then you have two letters. Kobayashi Maru whenever you can. It's the power of critical thinking, but also neat solutions, solvable problems. These are modern inventions. It's a failing of education that we teach kids that there's right answers. I guess we have to assess them somehow. But do we? It appears that what that does is make everyone crave answers and be less tolerant of ambiguity, when that is the very skill that we need the most. Is the opposite of ambiguity ambiguity? This is almost impossible to say. If we can't think it, does it exist? Existence is all we have, and that's not easily categorizable. What makes a cat different from a dog? No one can really say. That whole taxonomy, devised by Linnaeus, almost entirely wrong. But he was so authoritative when he said it that we still teach it in biology class today. Of course, in some places, it's lucky we get to teach sciences at all. Am I right? See, now, here's a good example. How are there two teams regarding science? And their positions are, science is the only thing that matters. Science is the blasphemous lies of the devil. Both positions are boring, but both positions are voting blocks, so they get all the pie. If they keep trying to sell you fear, it's your job not to be afraid. Is an assumption of reasonableness our responsibility? Reason, that's what I have, and everyone else is sorely lacking. Why doesn't everyone just listen to me? Listen to me, don't listen to me. Listen to David Bowie. Leave things on all the time now, without even thinking about it. Power consumption? Not my problem. Electric bill? I'll pay it. But it is a lot not to have to sit through a power-up screen. We're busy people. I've got TikToks to scroll. We'll sit and stare at the screen for hours at nothing. We don't have the patience to sit through the Apple logo blinking on and off, or whatever happens. Which, considering, have you tried turning it off and on again? Is the only tech solution there is. I should know better what that looks like. The long boot used to be a problem that computer designers wanted to solve. I guess they solved it by saying, just don't turn it off. And it is shorter than it used to be. Except at work. Am I right? At work, everything's worse. Them's just the facts. If it was fun, they would just call it fun. You know what I do for fun? Press buttons in a browser window to make numbers go up. It's a game, and it's super addictive. And it reminds me that most of life is filling it full of boring shit while we wait to die. At least card games have some kind of socialization built in. It's all just Skinner boxes, isn't it? Someone should make a project and call it that. Maybe they already have. It sounds like a parody SNL commercial if SNL was more nerdy and less fun. Joking about death? Some would say that's all we're joking about, all the time. but it takes a deft hand to not just bum everybody out. It's just easier to distract. Buttons, though, so satisfying to push. We need to feel like we're achieving something. But it's only the feeling that we need. The achievement itself doesn't have to be real. Our perception is king. And why not? I don't know you or your reality, but I'm intimately familiar with mine. Too bad I'm also sick of it. Hence Skinner Box. It's a new toy from Mattel that the whole family will love. Comes in 2 colors, cheese reward and the living dangerously. Avoid the shocks edition. We have such faith in punishment, even though positive rewards are shown to create better results in changing behavior long term. But if we're not hanging out long term, it's easier to make you fear me to do what I want. Is that the idea? I don't know. I exist inside your screen, never interacting with anything really. Hit the like button. See the number go up. Now you're a part of something. Tell your friends. Achievement. Life is worth living. We need to be coordinated to get things done. The Earth is the biggest clock of them all. But some of us have internal clocks that are different. That woman who lived in the caves in Italy, her internal clock, it was all wrong. It's a necessary thing to see what would happen, but the conditions she lived in were completely artificial. There's no way that we humans need to live without the movement of the sun, unless something catastrophic happens, or space travel changes our relationship to the sun. Anyway, so it's good we know, but knowing, we pay no heed. We know that staring into a screen for hours at a time is no good for us, but we do it anyway, especially before bed. We don't have to accept nature as it is. Clothing, for example, is much more comfortable than being naked and exposed to the elements. Blankets might be the best thing ever invented, especially in the autumn. But somehow blankets aren't nearly as disruptive to our lives as our new pocket square. But of course, no one intentionally designed blankets to be as addictive as possible, dumping light into our eyes and triggering our amygdala with notifications and fear and the desire to be liked. You can turn off all the notifications for all of the apps that you have. But then you won't get up-to-the-minute information on every bit of information that your phone's apps track. But that much information isn't useful. My mailroom app pings me every time a package I order makes any move. Arrival at the dispatch center in Shenzhen. Ping! On the van. Ping! Stuck in traffic. Ping! But there are only 2 pieces of information that I need with any urgency. I've ordered it, and it's here. If something goes wrong, it's nice to be able to troubleshoot. But I don't need the constant dispatches. Even if I ran a shipping company, I wouldn't need to be interrupted all day with that kind of detail. I'd delegate those responsibilities, at the very least. If I had a PA that interrupted me that much, I'd tell him to cool it. Use your judgment. I guess that's what the AI is trying to do. But I can't fire the AI if it doesn't do the job to my liking. Remember how many assistants Murphy Brown went through? Would AI have solved her problems? Or would she just have a hole in her life because there were no more subordinates to terrorize? Murphy Brown was a tyrant. Make no mistake. It's always time to go in this fast-paced society, but when is it time to be? That's a question you're gonna have to ask for yourself. No one else is interested in you being because that's not something they can sell to advertisers. But you don't actually need advertising. Surprise, it's okay to exist without knowing about all of the products. Targeted advertising seems like something innocuous. It'll help you know about products relevant to you. That's how they spin it. Like they're doing you a favor by examining every micro detail of your life. Remember, if a given product is free to you to use, there's every possibility that you're the product. When kids are thought of as digital natives, are they aware of that? Or is it so true they never see it? How's the water today? What the hell is water? We're swimming in our own commodification. And all it's doing for us is getting us to buy more things. A life without things is hardly a life. I don't think conformity was the intended goal. Everyone wears deodorant and has a phone, so you better too. But it is a happy byproduct. Certain questions, when you ask them, they make you seem like a weirdo. And if it's in somebody's best interest that you don't ask that question because it cuts into their profit, you can easily be spun into a dangerous weirdo because there better be money in it. Why are cars such a given? All the world's a parking lot. And yet you're not a functional grown-up without your own tank? That's absurd. I don't need to waste my limited resources on a rolling fast food wrapper collection machine. I can put my fast food wrappers wherever I like. That's my right as a human. Good men and women died so I don't have to care. And if I do care, well then I'm the problem. Shut up and eat your hamburger. But what if I don't eat meat? What if I'm an attention-seeking diva? Actually, there has been a lot of progress on that front. It used to be inconvenient to the point of being ostracized that a person was a vegetarian. I'm making my dietary choices purely for your inconvenience. But enough people had enough reasons that were acceptable that now it's still eye-rolling, but people do ask, expecting, yes, I am a vegetarian to be a normal enough answer. And the King Cullen even carries oat milk. You need a critical mass because if there's enough of you, you can force a new normal. Of course, it helps if you can rally around a product like Impossible Meat, or however the fuck you pronounce corn. Even if tofu has already existed for decades. Oh shit!